Welcome into Sports Idiot Nation. Today is Monday, July 21st, and Scottie Scheffler proved why he was number one in the world again yesterday. You got to pay him what you owe him. Us at Sports Idiot Nation, we improved our followers just on Facebook by thousands and thousands of followers. Pay us what you owe us. And the WNBA, I don't know if they'll ever get paid what's owed to them.
Cha-ching.
Sports, comedy, pop culture, and everything in between. By idiots, for idiots.
Hey, I'm just thankful for the Summer League because that's all we'd be watching is WNBA right now. So let's go.
This is Sports Idiot Nation.
Sports, comedy, pop culture, and everything in between. By idiots, for idiots. Welcome, sinners. This is Sports Idiot Nation.
Welcome into Sports Idiot Nation. We are wrapping up Season 1 almost. It is rapidly approaching Season 2. Remember, quick reminder that new episodes will be coming to you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. For now, it's still Monday and Thursday, but starting in August, just over a week away, it will be every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Be sure to follow us wherever you get your social media. And we got to start as we welcome in Memphis J, of course, a friend of the show. We got to start with this because all of us post on all different platforms for the Cineverse as we have Sports Idiot Nation. You see Jacob in his Hoops Idiot Nation, so he posts there. T.I. is the master poster. He has been posting as Titans Idiot. I'm glad I'm a professional because it could have been something else.
I'm glad they didn't call it baiting, and
I'm glad you're not fishing. Yeah, because it could have been
master at that. Master of
your domain.
Right. Anyway,
so
moving on.
But Titans Idiot has had a lot of practice at posting, as he has over 33,000 followers. So we got to get into this story, dude, because this was like, you were like, batten down the hatches, it's happening. Like, you were on the group chat, dude. Like, man, like, so how did it start? We posted, what video was it?
It's the golf fight. It's the cry about it. It's in Alberta, Canada, bunch of Canucks out there, and it just goes to show, one of the most important things in social media is to, never delete a post. Never delete a post. Well, I take that back. If there's a controversy or something that you're like, you second guess, sure, you're like, oh yeah. But if there's a post that you're like, oh, it's not doing what I thought it would do, leave it alone. Leave it alone, because a week and a half later, it's just going to blow up out of nowhere. It's going to get over 1 million views, and your page is going to get about 3,000 new followers in about a 32-hour time frame. So, which
Wild.
is pretty unheard of. I was doing a little research. Facebook recommends like pages to really not have more than 1,000 new followers kind of join a page a day, just because it kind of throws things off whack. And we literally had like 2,700 or something in like 24 hours, which is pretty unheard of. We have plateaued out a little bit, but here's the thing. We had like 14,000 people like that post, and you can only invite 1,000 people at a time a day. You can only invite 1,000 people to a page to like your page every 24 hours. So, I've got like 2 weeks now of inviting folks. So, we'll see where this thing plateaus out. But, if we can land at 5,000 followers, that'd be good. We just like two days ago was the anniversary of us hitting 1,000 followers. And then we landed with, 150% more than that, literally in a 24-hour time frame. So, kudos to drunk dudes on the golf course. Great segue into Happy Gilmore coming out in a few days. So I don't know if it's just the buzz. I don't know if there's golf buzz going around.
Welcome to all the new followers. I gotta join in and do that. Welcome to all the new followers.
I don't know where.
If you're on YouTube watching us and you're not following us on Facebook, then go to Facebook and click on Sports Idiot there too. Both ways.
We're quite funny. Facebook. We're quite funny there. We are very, very funny on on Facebook. We were one of the first to post with the Coldplay thing. We'll get into that later. It's been good, for sure. And we talking about golf.
I want to know though where I really would like to know the first. I'd like to know where that post went, who shared it, where it went, because it obviously went to somewhere that has immense following for it to just rock it like that. Because it was about 1 a.m. I was about to go to bed, and my phone started kind of like doing the thing. And I looked over, and I'm just like, "Oh man, we're getting a lot of what's going on here," you know. And so I watched about 1:30, and then I woke up, and I was just like, "Oh shit, what is going on?" You know. And then all hell broke loose for like 24 straight hours. It was every time you reload the page, it was like 20 more followers, 30 more followers. You know. There was one month in Titans Edition, I got about 1,000 followers in a month, and I was feeling real good about that. And we got like 2,400 24 hours. So that's almost pretty exceptional. So hey,
it's wild.
I like it.
Shout out to us. Shout out to us.
That's right, man. We're just awesome.
So Memphis J, this all came from a golf video. Did you happen to watch Scottie Scheffler yesterday, or no?
No, I did not.
It's fair. I didn't either.
I did not. We were talking about how often we talk about golf on here. I did not.
Yeah.
I do know
the
name.
For 8 minutes. Scottie Scheffler, you know his name?
Yeah, it's a newer one that I haven't heard as much, but I can't remember if he was the newer name that like got in trouble before something last year, like on the way to a thing. Not a Miami Dolphins player getting in trouble on the way to something. It was something else. Somebody got pulled over doing something on the way to a golf tournament. And
that was
right.
That was him. You're right. It was all. It was just like any time a celebrity gets in trouble, it's always a misunderstanding.
Right.
So it was just a misunderstanding. It's just a misunderstanding.
Exactly. But he's number one in the world.
Money makes misunderstandings go away. It just is very weird. It works, but no. All kidding aside, he's a really good golfer. I don't know how he fares on the greens that have the windmills and the clowns that you have to knock it through the teeth.
Right.
But at least on the real golf greens, he does pretty good. So
right.
I will next week. I will be heading down vacation. I will be playing a little putt golf. So I'll see how I fare if I can knock it through the clown's tooth there in the 18th hole there, and get a free game or something.
Viral post
My son
coming.
broke it.
Yeah.
My son broke one of the features at the thing here in the borough.
Of course he did.
He went to try to get his ball, came out and it wasn't the right color one, and he got mad and tried to put it back in the thing, and it screwed everybody up down the line. We felt terrible. I had to so hard.
Then he took his golf club and they just started beating the dinosaur on the thing.
Right.
Memphis J, we can't take you
I was
anywhere.
about ready to. He didn't.
I
think he was feeling bad. I was feeling mad.
Tossed his club into the waterfall.
Like John Daly. Your son's going to be a John Daly.
Can you imagine John Daly at a putt-putt golf course? Oh, man, he'd be like rocket bullet holes.
Drinking, smoking.
Through the windmill.
Oh, yeah.
He'd be like, I'm going to hit that windmill. I'm going to bust the windmill blade off. Yeah.
I can hit a ball over these mountains.
I will say back in the day, I saw the same. I've told the story here on the golf tournament I went to where I met Brett Favre. That same tournament John Daly happened to be in. And I did up close watch him drive a ball. And it's pretty unreal to see. I mean, dude, it's got some power, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah, dude. I mean,
you're talking about Daly?
Yeah, it's just like
he's a legend for a reason, and that's what kind of made him so remarkable was how wild he could live and then still just get out there and be like, and like send it.
So I saw him close to that. It was pretty intense.
Anybody that's been to a driving range or people that really play golf, you think, oh man, I could get up and knock a ball. You know what I mean? Like I could probably get a couple of hundred. No, not unless you are in shape and already fairly athletic. Are you going to pick it up and do much decent unless,
Thank you. I appreciate his compliments about me, Jacob.
Is what it's all about. I'm not very good at golf. I wish I was, but I'm never.
It's not a shocker. It's not a shocker to hear that.
I have a couple friends who are very good at golf. Shout out to Hollywood and Sam. Both of them are really good. Sam actually just shot his career best over this past weekend, so shout out to Sam. And when I say he's good at golf, I mean he is very good at golf. So,
well, let's shift to another sport that none of us are that terribly.
We've talked about golf. We don't have to bring that up for like another month, right?
That's our mulligan. That's our mulligan.
Unless somebody does something really, really stupid, or like we have to, which in that case it's not
Someone's
really
an
golf.
idiot.
It's just pop culture.
Right. So
like if people got in a golf fight on the golf course and helped us get 1 million views and 2,500 new followers.
Right.
Fair. I'd be for that.
Maybe we should bring hockey type fighting into golf. Like, you know, like if somebody's taking too long and misses a couple
Happy
of
Gilmore
shots,
2,
you get to hit them.
We'll see. We'll see what Happy Gilmore 2 does. There might be some of that in there. I don't know. Shooter out.
I'm here for it.
All right, let's shift to baseball. The All-Star game is the most ho-hum kind of thing in all sports. I will say a couple things that I liked. They brought back the uniforms. Remember when we were kids, guys? Every player wore actually their hat and their jersey. And then in our adulthood, they changed it and everyone wore American League, like red, and National League blue. And it was like, they brought it back. And that's pretty cool. They just shifted the hats a little bit where they all had like an all-star emblem, but they had their actual, emblem on it, their logo and stuff. And that always takes you back then. And I think they hit a home run there. And then also I want to give ourselves a pat on the back because I feel like no one was talking about the big dumper. And we brought him up weeks ago. We're like, who is this dude in Seattle who's just raking? And then his whole family comes. His dad pitches. His son catches. His hot sisters are in the background. They're like the whole family's there. It's just awesome.
So it's the big dumper, and his father is the old dumper. His son's the young dumper, and his sister's the hot dumper. Okay. Interesting.
Here's what I love about this program is there's about 1% that is scripted on this show, and the rest is just, we're not quite sure what's going to come out of T.I.'s mouth, but it's gold, Jerry. It's gold.
Yeah, I'm just still working on that coffee table, that book of coffee tables for the coffee table.
Yeah, you're just an Instagram reel away from being a star. Yeah, or a pizza that you cook your own pie. That was a classic one. We'll have a Seinfeld episode where we just go over like each of our top fives, and everyone will have a different set. Like,
Oh man, that'll be an entire like subset of Sin podcasts. Yeah, because then we're gonna have to start talking
Idiot
about
Nation.
Then we have to start talking about Curb Your Enthusiasm and all the crossovers.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Oh man, I'll be dead before we finish those episodes.
So, Memphis J, I want to know, the way they ended the All-Star game, I was texting T.I. that night about something that we're doing for season 2 or something, I don't remember. But I said, I'm just bored watching the All-Star game. And then within a half hour later, it was 6-0 at the time, and all of a sudden it's 6-6, and it's tied. Do you like how they did it, where they have a swing off and, like, face off, and they just hit his face off? Another good movie. But do you like how they did that, or do you prefer a different way?
It's a very believable
What did
movie.
they ended the final ending tied, so then they went into just like
home run derby,
final Jeopardy kind of home run derby style.
And Kyle Schwarber, Schwarberbaum, won it for the National League.
Does he still play for the Brewers?
Phillies.
He plays with the Phillies now. Okay, I know he's Cubs and Brewers. I thought at one point. Now he's at the Phillies. He is a slugger. You're right about that.
You ask me, man. I'm for it. I think baseball is looking for ways to make things more exciting and bring in younger viewers. And it's kind of like soccer, where you get so long to prove who's the better, and then if you can't get it figured out there, then we're just gonna let's do the thing that's most important. Try to hit this kick in, or try to hit this ball out of there. I don't want to see it on every game, because it is kind of interesting, and it would, it's one of those things where you start messing with the rules of the regular season. You mess with numbers, comparing year after year versus year. If they started, not giving extra innings where people had chances to make more stats, all that, whatever. But on your note, I think it's cool. Give it something more exciting. I think any of these things they're trying, they're not always working, but I think it's cool to see new ideas popping up.
It's cool. I'm not against it. I do. I'm kind of see where Jacob was going there with it. Obviously it's fun. It's carnival fun because you can't have a real important game in like that, right? Like you imagine the Cubs World Series, like imagine them not winning, because it went to some
and you've only got
like home run derby,
TV time. You only have so long on your TV time, so you can't just let's go into inning, 18, 19, back and forth on anything.
I think I'm an innovator. I'm like way advanced sometimes in my thinking, and I'm just like,
oh, are you?
I am. Why don't you just take the two biggest sluggers on the team and just give them a hot injection of steroids right into the arm,
right in the kisser,
and it's whoever can hit the most home runs in the next 5 minutes from like a pitching machine, And I'm telling you, right there. Oh man, that's a whole new sport just waiting to happen right there. Legal steroid baseball. You heard it here first, all right? So, all joking aside, it's like Adam and I were texting. Adam was like, "Hey, we need to do a All-Star game episode," and I was just like, "Man, I'm all for it." But Miles is our human baseball computer, and I haven't watched an All-Star game since I was a kid. Ironically, back when they were wearing their own jerseys, so.
Yeah,
I like that they went back to that. I think that's cool. I do, I remember that's what I always loved about the NBA when they were wearing their road or their home jersey, but they were still wearing.
I was going to say I liked it when the NBA did that. You got to represent your team.
Yeah, like that is it's All-Star game to me. It's like you said, when they wear their little matching uniforms, it's like, well, that's cool, but now it's just like it's like an Olympic exhibition game or something. Like I'm not really.
I feel like unless you're trying to. All-Star game jerseys are kind of cool if you're into like collecting jerseys, and maybe it's like your favorite player, but even then they're like harder to find. I feel like if I was a team, whether I was a player on your team and you're getting to go to the All-Star game or an owner, I'd rather see that team jersey getting represented that like, oh yeah, the Grizzlies or the Warriors pick somebody who's so kick-ass, he's made it to this level. And so your team's represented because that's part of the fun of, getting to send your team players.
Totally. Instead of having just the NBA logos and this is East or West or, NBA or MLB logo and then like, a star. Like, I get it for sure.
Yeah,
but
100%.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, Adam, because, it's like we were talking in the text, man, just All-Star games don't have that magic that it had when we were kids. And I'm glad that they're trying to throw back to a little of that,
It was cool. It was exciting when it was after it was not 6-0 anymore. And it's like, wait a minute. Okay, this is kind of exciting. That last inning, like it was a infield hit that brought in the tying run, and you're just like, oh, this is kind of exciting to watch a baseball game, and then to send it off that way is good. So no, that it was pretty cool.
Do y'all think at this point, not just the MLB, but do you think the All-Star game I feel like most of its viewers are people who already kind of watch their team or a little bit of sport. Then I feel like the NBA. They've done a little bit better at bringing people that don't watch the NBA in to watch something about the All-Star game. I think they've done good to try to make it a whole weekend. But I'd say with baseball,
the game is bad. But the basketball game.
Oh
so bad, dude.
You guys are missing the point, though. They came to hear Fergie sing. They didn't come to watch basketball. They came to hear Fergie sing the national anthem. Oh my God! Still. I mean,
let's play some basketball.
She made
on my playlist. I like that.
Fergie's national anthem made Roseanne Barr sound like Celine Dion.
Oh, right. Carl Lewis.
Yeah. So
go through all the
shout the Suede. Suede the remix god for twisting that and making it good.
But I was gonna say that's enough. We've devoted like 20 minutes to golf and baseball. Like that's enough. Like I feel gross.
We haven't even talked about the WNBA yet. So.
Oh God.
Oh God.
They want paid.
17-second segment.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. Pay us what you owe us, WNBA. Pay us and we'll talk about you.
So episode 100 was last week, and we teased a segment that we're going to do for season 2. And we had something happen that where I'm like, okay, we just need to get into it and also make a question of the week for this week. So this is how we're going to do it for season 2. And I'm going to do it again today. I'm going to ask you guys question of the week, and then we're going to answer it at the end so that you have time to kind of think about it. So here's the question as we talk about the next segment, which is Coldplay. So here's the question. What is another way that you can think of in which you would be mortified that you got found out that you were cheating? All right. Now, we're going to answer that later. So be thinking of it. And let's get into this Coldplay thing because, first of all, I wonder about Chris Martin. Like, I feel like no one's talking about this. This guy's a jerk. You can't say on the microphone, hey, either they're really shy or they're having an affair. Look, This is Russian roulette. It's either black or red. It's 50%. I don't like those odds. Okay, if the odds were only 1% or 10% that they were having an affair, but it's 50-50, brother. You cannot do that if you're Chris Martin. That was hilarious to me, first of all. Like,
that's
what
where
are you
just cut it and say best of luck, you two. You know, like,
well, I mean, he has had an affair himself, so he recognizes one when he sees one. So good for him. Good for him.
Game recognized game. Is that what we're doing?
We're talking about a guy named his fucking kid Apple. Like, let's just dial it back a notch, you know. I mean, maybe Gwyneth Paltrow had something to do with that too, but I'm not letting her off the hook either, you know.
No, that's fair.
But yeah, I mean,
you leave Pepper Potts out of this.
Yeah. Oh man, that girl power scene in Infinity Wars is a little too much, but
yeah.
That was
wild.
We still haven't done our MCU episode. We've been teasing that for 102 episodes, so one day we'll do it.
Basically, season two on a Wednesday episode, we'll do that for sure.
We'll talk about every Marvel movie in 15 minutes. Yeah. But no, right. Yeah, it's pretty humorous to me, just the way it all went down, because it's like, it's arrogance. It's one to be like, it's not like they're just on like a private date, right, at a Coldplay concert. Like, they're obviously at a work function. There's other people that work there, and they're all aware of this, and they're just out in the open, you know. So I don't know. It's kind of like I was talking to my wife about. I was like, you know, sometimes situations like this, you know, there's a lot of stuff that people don't know. A lot of stuff behind the scenes. If we've got these two people who are so brazenly open, and she's the head of HR and he's the CEO, like, there's more to this story that we don't know. You know, the Tiger Woods wife story. It's like, you know, there are always rumors that they had kind of an open relationship. The whole thing went south when he kind of drug her name through the mud, and she didn't like that, and that was the whole thing, you know. And it's just like, we see the Tom Brady and his wife situation. Like, there's always more to the story. So that being said, I do like seeing douchebags get what's coming to them. So I don't hate it by any means. It has been great for the internet. The memes have been fantastic. You know, it's really the best of the best are really shining through at the memes. There's some really bad memes out there, and there's people that have really put forth some effort. I feel like there's some that have landed on our page that have been top quality. So shout out to internet, shout out to Coldplay, and shout out to all the businesses that are profiting from it and playing into it, because I have seen social media posts from businesses that I have no business seeing, because the algorithm is just spitting it out.
Right. There's a couple things that I've noticed. One,
Aldi was one of them. Aldi said the Aldi lights will walk you home or guide you home, you know, and it was like other grocers, and then it was like us. It was the guy in the back that was like, you know. Oh, it's great. I mean, freaking Aldi. I would never seen an Aldi post on social media ever. Now it's completely in my feed. Shout out to the internet, man.
So the two things that I want to point out, I think it was the Phillies on their Jumbotron the next day. They reenacted it, and the people that they got like each time to do it was really, really good. I just thought, like, chef's kiss. Well done, well played. And then the mascots at the end do it. Like, it was just well done. And then the other thing was a fake Twitter post from different Facebook groups. And here's what I mean. So I used to run a pickleball podcast for some friends. And so I will shamelessly admit I am in a couple Facebook groups for pickleball. And inside one of the groups, one of the posts said,
later.
yeah. So it was a Twitter thing that said from the lady that got cheated on, I'm not mad that he cheated. I'm mad that he told me he was going to play pickleball with his boys and went to a Coldplay concert. Then I'm on a fantasy football group and it said the same font, it said everything the same, but it said he told me he was going to a fantasy football draft and he was at a Coldplay concert. So it was like, okay, because at first, the very first one I saw, which I can't remember, it was random, but I thought that was real. I'm like, oh.
I mean,
I'm like, oh, okay. It's obviously not.
I will say, not to beat a dead horse, and it goes without saying because I'm not the only person who feels this way, but I just really feel sorry for his kids, the most of them, because
True.
They right now at school, like all of their friends are making fun of their dad for being a Coldplay fan, and I just feel really bad for those kids, because nobody wants to know that their dad is a Coldplay fan.
40-Year-Old Virgin, is that the movie 40-Year-Old Virgin?
Yeah.
Where Seth Rogen and Paul Rudd are playing Mortal Kombat and they just keep one-upping each other.
Yeah.
And he goes, you know how I know you're gay? How? Because you paper mached a pair of jean shorts. And he goes, you know how I know you're gay? You like Coldplay.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Classic. Lights will guide you home, I guess. We'll see what happens in the coming weeks.
Adam?
There'll be more stuff.
I know you're gay? You like Collective Soul.
Hey, Amazon Prime Prime for $4.99. You can rent. It is out now. I'm telling you, this is real.
Huh?
The Collective Souls story. It's like an hour and a half long. It's $4.99 on Amazon.
That is an hour and 29 minutes too long. No, I'm just kidding. Yes. Hey, man, everybody has their 90s bands that they just never let go of. I get it.
Like 311. Yeah.
But shout out to the 90s, man. Shout out for still trying to be relevant.
The 90s is when I think the ESPYs started, and that's what I want to talk about next, because Shane Gillis went there. And when I say went there, he went there a couple times. So I want to go over from his opening monologue a couple things and see if you guys saw it, A, and B, if you didn't, now hearing it, what you think. So the first one that jumped out to me was when he talked about, I don't know how he got there, but he was talking about a bookie and betting. And he said, also, a bookie is what Bill Belichick reads his girlfriend before bed. Oh, we read a bookie.
Nice.
That was so good. And then the other one, the kapow that he took some heat for, which even I was like, oh, was that Caitlin Clark, when she's not playing or when she retires, that she can go back to doing what she's really good at. She's going to work at Waffle House, where she can beat up black women.
That's what he said? Oh, my God. What
and
about,
I was like,
didn't he make up a fake WNBA player, too?
Okay, so here's what happened. So he's saying, and this happens every award show in general, because they'll say like Robert De Niro's here and the camera will go to them and like he'll go like this, and that's the famous Jonah Hill where he's like because that was Emma Stone saying something like, hey, we can get Jonah come up here to dance, and he's like so that's where that gif comes from. But he's going through and said, hey, so and so's here, and then he's like, Kate Johnson is here from the WNBA. Let's give her a hand. And it's some black chick just sitting there. And then he goes, guys, I'm just kidding. That's my buddy's wife. And all of you clapped because you don't know any WNBA players. And then they were still laughing. He goes, and you're laughing. This is wild. Like, it almost made him like, dude, I can't believe this is happening. Like, live as he's doing it. You know what I mean? It was crazy to just say someone's name and say from the WNBA, have the camera go to his buddy's wife, and she's like,
well, he got their attention because they made shirts overnight. They all had a slumber party and made shirts and wore them. So
That was really, really
funny. See, that's
funny.
what a lot of people don't know. A lot of people think that they were mass printed shirts that say "Pay us what you owe us," but they actually all had a slumber party and puff painted the shirts. They stayed up all night.
The puff paint.
Yeah, they painted each other's nails. They puff painted. You know, God, yeah. It's a good thing I don't believe in hell. That way I can't go to
it. So Memphis J, I want to ask you. Let's just get into the WNBA. Here's what I want to ask you. Did you see the reel from? I think it's NBA Central, or not instead of Central. It's like the mock where they showed, or it was Brick Center instead of Sports Center. One of those. They posted a reel I saw yesterday of the highlights from the WNBA All-Star game, and it was air balls from 3-pointers. It was a pass that was like so easy for a 6th grade boys team to make, and it like went out of bounds. Then it had like offensive rebounds that you would just think you would just put it back up, but they hit the bottom of the backboard. It didn't go in.
Right.
And like all this lowlights. And it was like, that's the All-Star game. That's the best of the best. And they're doing this. It was just, ridiculous.
That's the best.
I didn't see that, but I could totally get it would be funny, like you could, but at the same time, I did see part of the All-Star game, and I'm not gonna go too far out on a limb for them and their skills, but I mean, you could pick apart any WNBA game and find a lot of lowlights in it. Sometimes the NBA,
but then you'd have to watch the whole game, though.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not.
You'd have to watch.
You'd have to watch the whole game.
I only saw part of the.
Fast
I think
forward.
I saw part of the second quarter, and then I had it playing in the garage while I was working, but I wasn't paying attention, to be honest.
Just listening, You're just listening. They're like, such and such. This is a shot. Such and such gets a rebound. Such and such misses a shot.
I get
such
tired
gets
too
a rebound. Misses a shot. Gets a rebound. Rebound. Misses a shot. That's low. That was how a lot of it went.
I get tired too because so much of the All-Star game is like a celebrity show, and they try to make it more pop culture. And I just want a basketball game. If I want to watch a basketball game, I don't want to be, so and so is wearing this and doing this, and
the
I've been watching
outfits,
more WNBA than usual, but it's different.
And one thing too, I know it's part of the culture. Women have a lot of pressure on them, whether it's magazines, TV. Like, you got to be fashion, got to be hip with fashion. You got to look your best. Like they don't get the luxury of us to just throw some, sweatpants with some ketchup stains on it and go to Kroger. Because they just don't get that luxury. But the way that the NBA has embraced this like fashionista side of it, and it's that glamour side, like, that part confuses me a little bit. I feel like maybe it works for the women, maybe it brings in the women, maybe it brings in a small portion of the men, but I don't think that there's a large portion of men that are like, oh, now I'm seeing these, chicks coming in wearing short skirts and stuff now I want to watch them play basketball. Like, it's just kind of weird to me. I don't know. Somewhere along the lines, like the machine, the WNBA machine was like, hey, let's embrace some of the sexuality here and push that.
I could see it though, because with it being a women's league, and the way I kind of look at it is especially if we get into talking about money, they will never survive unless they get more viewers and more support. And they still have a huge untapped market in women that are not watching it. I'm not being critical of that thing, but they're not watching it and spending money, and they are going to more games. Things are going up, which is good. But I don't know if it's overall the fashion aspect of the both basketball associations. Is it a result of the kind of Allen Iverson effect where they had to make everybody start wearing suits, and it was kind of, I want direct effect from him, but they were getting so mad at all of the players for how they were showing up. I feel like it's kind of a result of us needing content and wanting to be able to post more. Like, I could totally understand if I was on, the Warriors or the Grizzlies, it doesn't matter, the Fever's social media team, I'd love all the footage I can get. Any video that, whether it's bloopers or just, hey, here's, Caitlin Clark or Steph Curry coming in something catchy, and I can make a post about it. Like y'all said, even if it's not doing good, just leave it. It might blow up later. Somebody makes a meme out of it, and your team's always
you might get 4,000 new followers, because of Sophie Cunningham's short skirt.
Right. Right.
Or because Draymond Green decided to wear a dress. That'd be pretty funny. I would like to see that.
Right.
I'd pay for that. He'd look like Jamie Foxx and Martin, and Wanda or whatever.
I'm not mad at him for wearing the shirts on that. The NBA players have used their billboards to say things.
I
before.
Can't breathe. They had the Donald Sterling.
That's fine. Let them do their thing.
It's a tough thing. I know that financially they're still supported by the NBA and they're not profitable, but at the same time, I would never say, hey, you shouldn't be getting paid more. Blah blah blah, minimum wage stuff. If you can get more money, then get it. But I know it's a complicated situation on this, so I know where they're at.
And that's what I want to bring up. Yeah. So
suck.
here's my take. There's a couple facts here. So every year the WNBA is losing money. This year it will be around 50 million. The NBA subsidizes about 15 million. Now, Amazon operated at a loss, and Jeff Bezos was on Jay Leno years ago and got made fun of for 20 minutes straight on his show. Jay Leno just laid into him. You can look it up on YouTube. And obviously we know who had the last laugh.
Oh, he knew what he was doing. I worked for them for a little while. That was part of the plan all along, was we're just gonna keep growing until we're doing everything ourselves, and they're getting closer to it, and it's scary. But I'm with you.
Apple,
I do think, speaking of Amazon and WNBA, I think putting some of the WNBA games on Prime was freaking genius. Whoever decided, if it was Amazon, came up with let's get WNBA there, because so many, women and men, but definitely women get the idea of they've got that Prime account and they use it. If you give them free WNBA, you would think maybe some of them may not even know they've got it on their Prime benefits. And stuff.
Now, so here's the thing. So what I'm saying is, when those companies operate at a loss, I am not saying, these are just facts. I'm not saying that, that means they should get more pay, but here's some more facts for you. The revenue share for the men's game, the NBA, is 50% as far as what they get paid. It is 9%. 9% for the WNBA. So when they say pay us what you owe us, there isn't, as much as I do not watch the WNBA, as much as I poke fun, as much as
those numbers are different. I didn't know that.
They absolutely are. And so I will admit that, there is something to be said about the new collective bargaining agreement that is happening, I think, this October for the women, that they do, as much as I hate on them, I will maybe say that they have some beef. And they're making about 70 grand is the average. And
I think the shirts are a warning shot for what's going to come. Like you mentioned, the agreements and bargaining that's going to come into the future. This was just kind of a warning shot of and working on the public sympathy side of it, or or awareness, whatever. Different ways you could look at it.
Let's put it in this perspective. I don't disagree with you, Adam, but let's just take it. Let's just say each dollar represents a fan. All right. So this season, the NBA is projected to account for barely 1 billion with a B, 1 billion fans. Meanwhile, this last NBA season accounted for 11.3 billion. So my thing is, okay, well, where 70,000 is a lot less than probably what they deserve. They don't deserve what they think they deserve. So somewhere along the lines, Somebody has to come to him and be like, look, okay, here's the deal. Let's do some math
But the
here.
CBA agreement, they have to come together and
we're
figure.
subsidizing the league so you all can be paid. Yes, you are bringing more attention to the league, but we're still subsidizing. So you may think that you earn, $1 million a year, but we're maybe they can bring some of these people that are making 75 and 80,000 up to 250,000 or something. I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. I'm not. It's not my job to figure it out. But I will say they are underpaid just because of the rise in the popularity of the WNBA. But in the grand scheme of things, they're not outside of Caitlin Clark. And when Caitlin Clark plays Angel Reese, they ain't putting butts in the seat. Although Paige Buckner's or Buchner's, like
it is changing.
She's gonna change.
I think they've got to do what they can to really maximize this momentum, because the Clark momentum will wane in a couple of years if they don't keep it going. And I don't know. I think they're trying hard to kind of turn her into a Jordan or somebody that they can create storylines around into the future. And I don't know whether there's enough people paying attention for that to even be a situation yet. I don't know. I think just like golf, they should let them fight. Just kidding. I really do, though. I feel like that's half of their trick this year is like they're going to let them be a little bit more physical than the NBA is, because they beat the crap out of each other. That's about the only thing I enjoy watching. Is when they get
funny
rowdy.
You bring that up. That's funny you bring that up because there's some parallels to Michael Jordan. So Caitlin Clark burst onto the scene year one. Michael Jordan burst onto the scene year one. Year two, Michael Jordan gets hurt.
Yeah.
We all forget about this. Every single human on earth wearing J's forgets Michael Jordan got injured, and that season was donezo. Caitlin Clark, season 2, look what happens, and look at how they are reffing. Like you mentioned, they're getting crushed.
Mm-hmm.
They have to figure this out.
It's not even
you cannot
just
continue.
Clark. It's
no, that's what I'm saying.
Too. They're beating them up.
That's what I'm saying. You can't, and you cannot do that. You have, as you're getting this this lightning bolt of attention where you didn't have it before, and it's like, okay, how can we protect it? Now every clip of Caitlin Clark is she's on the floor. You just cannot have it. You have to. They have to figure out how to protect
they want
their
viral
players.
clips, but that's also not. That's not gonna build them with women or children viewers. I don't think. I think the idiots like us. I'm calling for it. I'm for it. But the women and the betterment of basketball doesn't need people fighting in the on the court. We don't need that.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I'm just throwing ideas out there. I think golf should be able to, maybe people fight in
MMA
between
style.
holes or something.
Yeah.
5-minute round.
Just place the ring right there. All right, let's shift to the NBA. I got a fun list to go over. Before that, I want to remind you, be sure to hit the notification bell so that when new episodes come out on YouTube that you are alerted. Be sure to check us out wherever you get your social media. Sports Idiot Nation is every Monday and Thursday for now, but get that out of your brain because very next month, it's every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So, shifting to the NBA, I'm going to read you guys this list, okay? This list just released, last week, and it is the latest top 100 NBA players of all time, and I'm just going to read 20. I'm not going to read all of them. I'm going to start
ESPN?
at number 20. This is Bleacher Report.
Whoa, okay.
Okay. So I like reading some of their articles, but they be wild.
I mean, do y'all agree sometimes Bleacher Report's just rage bait inducing some of their stuff? Like, I intentionally think they're doing that to get us commenting and sharing it. Like, what
but everyone does that. Yeah,
I know, but I mean, I feel like they either they're very okay. Never mind. I'm not going to call them idiots, but go ahead.
You leave that to us.
Let's hear this list before we start making judgments.
Exactly. All right. So again, this is Bleacher Report's top 100 NBA players I'm going through 20, and I'm going to go down from there. So at number 20 is Dr. J. Okay. I'm just going to go through now. So starting at number 20, Dr. J, David
Seems
Robinson,
a little low. Okay.
Dirk, Joker, KG, Jerry West, the Big O, Oscar, KD, Hakeem the Dream, Kobe Bryant, Steph Curry, Wilt Chamberlain, Larry Bird, Tim Duncan, Shaquille O'Neal, Wilt Russell, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, LeBron James, and I don't need to tell you who number 1 is. But so I'll say Kobe stuck out to me at number freaking 11. He's not even in the top 10. Now,
that's because
I'm gonna
he's not here to defend himself, so they felt comfortable doing that.
I'm gonna read you the top 10,
right,
and you tell me who comes out. So let's start there. So I'm gonna read you 10 names, and you tell me who comes out, so that Kobe can go somewhere in there. All right, MJ, LeBron, Kareem, Magic, Russell, Shaq, Duncan, Bird, Wilt, and Steph Curry. I'll go on record. I'm a huge Steph Curry fan. I will go on record officially, and my vote, I would be willing to admit that Steph Curry is not in the top 10.
It's inevitable. Steph Curry. We all say Steph Curry. I mean, it's just here's my thing. Here's my
Tim Duncan.
This is my evidence.
I put Kobe over Tim Duncan too.
Yeah, I can see both of those. Those are the only two that truly jump out, because you got to know history and the older generations. Those guys definitely deserve to be there, even if you don't know their stats and highlights. They played their ass off. They were good.
Yeah.
This is the reason. This is the reason why. Go back on that 10 list, and those other 9 players. Can those 9 players carry a team? Yes. Am I saying Steph Curry can't carry a team? Not at all. But I want to see Steph Curry on the Utah Jazz. I want to see Steph Curry. You know what I mean? Like when Steph Curry doesn't have the people around him. Steph Curry to me is the most beautiful pure shooter that's ever played the game.
Oh, of course. And he's maybe top 20 or top 15 player of all time.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's always been my argument, is that to be a top 10 of all time, you have to be able to carry a team. And I don't mean like put up 45 points, and hit 12 threes. I mean like, hey, and you got to be the defensive stud. You've got to lead the team in rebounding. Like you've got to be the dude. You can't just be the guy that's like, hey, I've got a couple other guys that can put some points down.
Right.
And Draymond Green is arguably one of the top 5, defensive players we've ever seen play the game.
Yeah.
I think too, though, give Steph his credit. I think we kind of forget, because their run was so long, and then it kind of, I won't say petered out,
rejuvenated,
but injuries and people leaving and switches, and like all teams, not paying some of the role players that really got them championships enough to keep them, to be able to keep that momentum moving. I could see
when they beat the Celtics, that was big. When they beat the Celtics, when the Warriors did, that cemented Steph into another stratosphere where he can be in the top 15.
Right. I do see. I could see Curry and Tim Duncan and Kobe are the only ones that I could fully argue could be kind of switched around in there, and I think it could be argued any way you wanted to. In a way, you even could move Steph up further. If you were going to be looking at the strength of what he's done for the game, he's changed it. He's made people, shooting super long 3-pointers, good or bad. It's changed youth sports. I mean, Curry's had his influence as well. So I think, when you're talking about the top 100 or top 20 for sure.
But
it's kind of bigger than just basketball. But I do think we should be judging them on what they did in basketball, not just, he's more popular than him. Because I feel like, Kobe's definitely more popular than a lot of the guys on the list, especially some of the old heads. But they're not known about, like we said earlier.
Well, one thing I will say, and I know I'm probably going to catch a lot of flack for this from basketball fans in general, especially the Lakers fans, but I've got mad love for Jerry West, but let me watch Jerry West play Tracy McGrady one-on-one. I mean, I'm just saying, like, the game
even a time machine, send him back to his youthful days. Let's see how that goes.
I'm just saying, like, some of these random dudes that were amazing players that don't get the credit they deserve. Like, I think Tracy McGrady was a hell of a player, and there are some games where you were just like, this dude's the best player in the league. And that one playoff game where he scored, like, 12 points and, like,
with the Rockets.
Yeah, I mean, he's just so. All I'm saying is, like, I think there's some players on that list that get overhyped just because of what they contribute to the game. I know Jerry West, the logo, and all that, but I'm just kind of like, let's dial it back a little bit and maybe bring some more players up on this list that probably deserve to be there over some of these other guys.
I'll say Oscar Robinson should be ahead of KD in my opinion. From what he could do back then, triple doubles, like he was averaging a triple double.
Yeah,
that was just like you can't fathom that at that point when he was doing it.
Yeah, he's unreal.
And KD is purely a scorer, and great. Right. But I would have Oscar ahead of KD, and on this list they're one apart. But it goes Hakeem, KD, Oscar, and then Jerry West. That's kind of how that goes, and I disagree with that for sure.
100%.
And your sentiment, T.I., I agree too. Like, you might have Jerry West as a top 25, but he's top 15. He's top 15.
That's what
on
I'm saying.
List.
I would have been fine with that like 15 years ago. Like, now I'm just like, I don't think so. I don't think Jerry West. I think Jerry West deserves it. But I don't think he statistically ranks in that category.
Dirk and Joker are ahead of him, you could say.
Absolutely.
In the last 15 years now.
Absolutely. That's what I'm getting at. Absolutely.
Dirk and Joker.
I would be more than comfortable with both of those guys.
Dirk is somebody I thought about the same. I'm surprised y'all not surprised, but it's interesting y'all brought them up too as well. Joker as well, now that I think about it. The one thing I was going to say is I wonder what their criteria was, because I know Jerry West brought a lot to the game beyond just his time playing, in managing and helping other teams make it to the championship. I don't know, you can't, but it's also one of those things where if you're putting top all time, you can't put somebody like Joker or even, LeBron James against somebody like Shaq if you're going to judge Shaq on what all he's done for the game, because he's done a whole lot after the game was done playing to benefit.
There's no way I would count that. No.
Right.
So you're thinking
it's just basketball.
Yeah, that's
what
all
they did on the court. Right.
Yeah, playing basketball, not
because
what is the brand?
I would have Shaq higher if it was that case too. Because it can't for basketball.
Yeah, that can't be a criteria because let's be real. What is Kevin Durant?
Well, that's the only reason I'm thinking Jerry West would go so high is his logo and his lore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why else would anybody put him that high? Because nobody's got him on their top 10 highlight reels or anything.
It's like, it reminds me of that old SNL skit where they were like,
where
Michael Jordan comes in to play with them, and they're like, they're back there like, little stupid layups, and all of a sudden Michael Jordan comes in, and he's just like blocking everything, dunking on their heads, and like dribbling behind his back. They're all just like, what is this? That's like, again, we got respect to Jerry West. That's just all I think. I think of a bunch of people playing basketball.
Fresh Prince did that. Yeah. Fresh Prince episode did that too. Yeah. So shout out to the 90s. So there you go. 90s again.
So anyway, but I mean,
so here's one thing I wanna end on with this list is are you okay with the following? Remember how we got this numbered. It goes number 3, Kareem, number 5, Bill Russell, and number 6, Shaq. So again, it goes Kareem, Bill Russell, Shaq. Are you guys okay with that?
I'm not. Shaq jumps them to me, man. I hate to say it. Maybe
both of them?
Yeah, because it's just he again changed.
I think Bill Russell
changed
definitely
the game.
jumps him too.
I mean, changed the game.
I would put Kareem behind Shaq and Bill Russell.
Kareem,
he's right.
Kareem
he changed the game.
Kareem, I'm not saying Kareem is not deserving. They're all deserving. Bill Russell was just happened to be, the right time in the right place, right time. I mean, yeah, he's a phenomenal ball player, but come on, him and Wilt both were, they were kind of those transition players before we knew that we were going to have real superstars. They were the studs. But Shaq was just that freaking dominant force that nobody wanted to. I mean, Shaq, there are some stat lines of Shaq where dude's putting up like 40 points, 22 boards, 10 blocks, 11 assists. Like, come on, man. He's breaking goals. He shattered like 3 goals in his rookie season. Like, I got Shaq to me. He has to trump those guys. Now, if I'm picking between who goes next between Bill and Kareem, because if Shaq trumps those guys to me, I'm gonna probably
who's second?
Then
who's second?
I'm gonna.
I go Kareem, man.
I was gonna say one thing. One thing to keep in mind, and
household name.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Kareem does have a higher household name than Bill Russell, but you got like cool shit about Russell where like he won a championship where he was half a player coach for the team, and like that's almost like some Jackie Moon shit. Like he should. I think it's cool.
I got love for him.
I would see both of them go in front of Kareem for me, just on. I don't know. I think Russell won a whole lot of championships and was kind of a lot of the reason for it. He did have a team with him, but like
Kareem's scoring.
True.
Let's see.
This is an NBA list of players playing the game.
Well, I've seen
Kareem.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, he was the Lakers too. I mean, that had a lot to do. Everybody really wanted to, see the Lakers play and all that. But I will say, with Russell, you see his highlights, and you're just like, man, he's so dominant. But when I'm seeing him dunking on people, man, people are still putting their hands up. People are still trying to block him. People are still trying to defend him. People absolutely feared Shaq and got out of the way and didn't even. When he went up to dunk, they just got out of the way and ducked to the ground. Like, he was just that monster for me. He
brought a whole new Shaq brought a whole new energy and not just new fans, but I could see it when I was a kid. He brought a whole new push to the NBA, kind of like a new Jordan in a way. He had that kind of energy when he was new. I was a big Magic fan. I was a big Hardaway and Shaq fan.
Sure.
For sure.
I mean, I know a lot of people are probably old heads are going to hate on me for saying that, but man, Shaq means more to me than those two guys, but that doesn't mean that they mean any less than what they do,
because they're so great. They're so great at that point. It's like kind of splitting hairs, but hey, that's what this is what we're doing, is kind of splitting hairs. But that's the list for the top 20. We want to end on this. We talked about the hilariousness of the Coldplay situation, and our question of the week is, as I remind you, every Monday and Thursday for now, episodes of Sports Idiot Nation are on Apple, Spotify, and of course the most fun way to watch is on YouTube. However, in August, coming very, very soon, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Again, be sure to check out all of our social medias, and especially Facebook, because that's the one that's kind of blowing up, kind of fun. All right, so question of the week. I will tell you guys that the way that, for me, if I was found out that would mortify me, is as I am going like this, and it's a picture from Cedar Point, like I'm on the roller coaster and she's next to me, and we're like, and like someone sees it and posts it, and so I'm on a roller coaster and I'm caught as a cheater. That's how I would, like, oh God, like that's mine. So Ti, we'll go over to Ti.
Man, what would be one of the most embarrassing places to get caught having an affair? Oh man, probably like Chuck E. Cheese. I think Chuck E. Cheese would be a tough one, because you're
just eating the pizza.
You're eating the pizza. You're playing the games.
You're in the ball pit.
Yeah, you're in the little ticket win thing. The ticket win tunnel. And all the tickets are like, you're like grabbing a handful of tickets, and then you're like, and then all of a sudden you're like, look, and like your wife's like staring at you through the thing. She's like, what are you doing here? And
it also,
you're like, Coldplay tickets were really expensive, so we came here instead.
Chuck E. Cheese adds a weird dynamic to it, because are you there with your cheating person's kid? Are you there with your kid and your wife's not? You've got your kid there with the person you're cheating with. That's a whole mess.
Or no kids involved,
or
and
no
you just don't think you'll get caught. You just don't think you'll get caught, so you go there.
Or you're there with your girlfriend. Now you're clearly going to jail because it's like a Jeffrey Epstein situation. So either way, it's just no good. Just no good.
So I think if you want mine, I think any situation where you're caught like in public and then it gets to them before you know it, you don't know you're caught, that kind of sucks. Kind of like the Coldplay situation. But I think if you had to ask me my probably least favorite way to be found out for cheating would be the cheating double date, where you meet somebody at a restaurant to go out to eat that you're cheating with, and you run into your spouse with somebody else. Because that shit would really be, that would hurt. Because like I would immediately be like, oh, she's cheating on me. I mean, of course, I'd be like, I'm cheating on her, so this is messed up. But it would hurt more than just like, if you got caught cheating, they've got the higher ground. This would be a whole weird situation if you both got caught at the same time, because you'd be like, do we just let this slide? Do we, blow up?
Going down at Chili's.
Or you could just write a song about it and call it the Pina Colada song, because that's pretty much what that song is about.
I was going to go there, so good call.
Yeah,
I was going to go there.
But I was going to say, on an honorable mention, another terrible way to get caught cheating would be to just be watching the show Cheaters, and all of a sudden see the episodes about you, and you're like, oh, that kind of looks like my car. Oh, shit.
A Kia Sportage.
Yeah. Oh man! I didn't sign a waiver on this. What's going on? That would be a pretty not so fun way to find out.
I would know it was my car because I do have a Sports Idiot Nation sticker, and I've shown you guys that I have it right on my bumper. So like, there's no, the Kia Sportage. Like, okay, there's millions of Kia Sportages. Not with the Sports Idiot Nation sticker on the freaking bottom of the bumper.
They're like, this guy's definitely not. This guy's definitely not cheating on anybody. He already hates himself.
Oh man! All right, this has been episode 102. We are in the triple digits. It's lovely to be here amongst the triple digits.
That's what the temperature is in Nashville these last few weeks.
Yes, right. Love it. All right. So again, be sure to check out Sports Idiot Nation wherever you get your social media. Reminder, season 2 is rapidly approaching, and we will see you Thursday. Okay, all you sinners, follow Sports Idiot Nation on TikTok, X, and Instagram. Like us on Facebook, and remember, the most fun way to watch us is on YouTube every Monday and Thursday. Be sure to hit the notification bell so you can be updated when new content drops. Remember, the podcast can also be found on the usual suspects of Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Always remember, don't be an idiot.
Sinner.